Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is noun phrase 225. The noun phrase today is cradle snatcher or cradle robber. Okay, somebody wants a screenshot. Now's a good time. Let's get right to it. If a person calls another man or woman a cradle snatcher or cradle robber, it suggests that person is having an inappropriate sexual relationship with someone who is significantly younger, especially if the younger person is only in their teens or in their 20s. Yeah, so even if there's a big age difference, if the younger person was older, for example, like say there was a man or a woman that was in their 80s and they were having a sexual relationship with someone in the 40s, we still wouldn't call that a cradle robber because the younger person is too old. In order to say cradle robber, it would sound like somebody who's probably around the time that they would be beginning having these type of relationships. So we wouldn't do it if there were, even if there's a big age difference, if the younger person was considerably older, even 30s, I think we still wouldn't call them cradle robber. It should be someone in their teens or early 20s. And the other person is, again, considerably older. All right, let's continue. The origin of this phrase dates back to the early 1900s and alludes to the idea that a cradle is a bed, usually for an infant, a baby that can't even walk yet. To snatch means to quickly steal from someone, as in like a purse snatcher. Someone who tries to steal a woman's handbag in the street and just run away with it. That would be like a purse snatcher. So somebody who snatches something, grabs it quickly and tries to run away with it, especially to steal it. Thus, if one is a cradle snatcher or robber, they are trying to steal away the child from a parent, or at least that's the idea. Usually in such types of relationships, the older partner is usually double or triple the age of the younger partner. The older partner often firmly controls the relationship. So especially since they're older, the younger person doesn't usually have as much experience. The older one is the one that's usually firmly in control, whether it's a man or a woman. All right, let's continue. All right, we have several examples here. Let's look at the first one. The wife of President Macron, the president of France, was accused of being a cradle snatcher because she was the high school teacher, or maybe it was even junior high school, and nearly the same age as Macron's mother when she started the relationship with him. Or I think maybe Macron's mother was only a couple of years older, and I think even the woman she started a relationship with had a couple of daughters very close to the age of Macron too. So you can imagine how Macron's mother might have felt. I don't know, if you were in that same position, how would you respond? If you have a son and there's a woman who's considerably older, like your own age as a mother, trying to take advantage of your, young boy, your teenage boy. How would you feel? So if you want to comment, let me know in the comments. All right, let's continue. Number 2. So this would typically be like what a mother might say if she caught the woman who was doing this with her young son. How dare you take advantage of my son? You cradle robber. That's just what she might call her. You should know better than to start a relationship, or start this type of relationship. Okay, good. And number 3 here. In the 1990s, there were a number of cases in which female teachers were accused of being cradle snatchers due to starting a sexual relationship with one of their students. Yeah, I mean, technically, even though we kind of think of it a little differently when it's a woman and the one being taken advantage of is a boy, technically they fall into the category of being like a pedophile. And some of these women got accused and had to go to court and had to go to jail because they started a sexual relationship with, somebody that was only a boy that was only like 12 or 13, and this was the teacher. You're still not supposed to do that. You're still taking advantage of them. All right. Anyway, so I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. If you know of any other cases, maybe you could let me know in the comments as well. Anyway, I hope it was informative. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.